We're live. How y'all doing? Welcome, everybody, to the Coin Q&A panel this week.
Good evening.
So glad to see you guys. We're just doing a little bit of setup, last minute setup, making sure we're ready. Just come on in, take a seat right up front. We got plenty of places to sit.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, listen. Hello, Linda. If you guys could make sure you're muted on YouTube. All right. Sweet. All right, we got Wild Bill's Hobbies, Silver Brookie 18, Bill That, Bigfoot Silver Hide and Seeker, Zeke. Good to see you guys. Dave Watson, hello. Josh Moore, hello. Coins and Collectibles, hello. Just wait, give everybody a few more minutes to get in here, and then we will introduce. We may have a special guest later. Let's see. Hello, Kazaras. Good to see you. Oh, man. Kazaras beat me at an auction.
Yeah.
Took my little ice cream away from the little kid that wanted this coin. Hey, Randy. Hello, Jeff. They're asking, you guys want to know when I'm going to do the auction. I am thinking seriously that Saturday at like 3 o'clock would be a much better time than Sunday because of all the playoff games on Sunday. Hey, Mud SWAT.
There's Jeff Stanley. Jeff, please check your email, Jeff Stanley.
That's not Mud SWAT.
That is not Mud SWAT, no.
What a dork.
Oh, boy.
As far as I know, I don't think I really bashed coin roll hunting that much.
Why would any of us bash it? We all love doing it.
We love doing it. I do it every day. Do I overcharge people? That's a different story.
Uh-oh. Gotta love it. Hide behind fake names and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Grow up hair and come on with your real name and talk. There you go. Hey, all right.
He's working again.
So we've got a panel of guys that have a lot of experience, way more than me, at coins, selling coins, buying coins, collecting coins. And these guys have had a big impact on my life and my coin collecting and my learning and journey, I guess. And so they're here. I'll let them introduce themselves. But we got Ken, Chris, and Frank. You guys want to go? Coin Dragon, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure, I'll go first. Coin Dragon, a.k.a. Frank. I've been collecting on and off, well, a lot longer than 25 years, but pretty seriously 25 years. A little bit more lately. Got into the YouTube thing. Active on a couple forums, like Facebook, recently Twitter. And my main focus is errors and varieties on Lincoln cents. Wood grain, anything is cool too. And I guess that's it.
All right. Ken, you want to go next?
Hey, how are you? I'm Ken. I promote the hobby. I talk about coin collecting, try to teach people how to collect and what to collect and how to expand their knowledge about these coins. They're a lot of fun. We got a project going on right now where we're trying to corral and rally all these channels out there to offer a 5-minute video with the subject tips for new collectors, so we can put together a real nice sizable library of just new collectors. What would you tell people that were just getting into the hobby if you've been into it for months or days or weeks or years or decades, or let's see, 40 plus years for me? It's a lot of fun. We do our thing, but all different things we could teach these new people, like how to hold coins, by the rim instead of flat on, for example. How to organize your coin desk. Different things you can do with the hobby. That's our current project. It's never ending. But I operate, let's see, the 1 Million Pennies project blog. And manage a couple of groups on Facebook. We have coin class pretty regularly. Every time I can get around to it and find time. Yeah, I got a haircut. Found time for that. But generally, I promote the hobby and get people motivated and psyched.
Chris, you're up.
How about Ken? Isn't he looking about 20 years younger tonight? I'm telling you what. You know what? I think you're even going to get your Play-Doh out and play a little bit, maybe.
It's at the ready.
Frank, I got an 83 Plymouth Horizon for sale. It's got wood grain on the sides. Let me know what you want to do later. Enough of the jokes, everybody. I'm Chris. I'm Chris. Most of you guys know me from Facebook groups. I do write. I'm not high or drunk, I promise you. Anyway. I don't get high anymore. It's been a long time. Now I lost where I'm at. You threw me off. Okay, I write informative blog articles, adventures in coin roll hunting. I also have a coin YouTube channel, Chris's Coin Channel, and I'm very active in many Facebook groups. And I love the hobby. My specialty, I believe, is errors and varieties. And I'm starting to branch out into more and more series all the time. So I'm just here for the fun.
And our special guest tonight.
There he is.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, how you doing? I'm trying to get all set up here.
Jeff's a man's man. He likes coins and octane.
Yes. How you doing, Jeff?
Why don't you tell him a little bit about yourself, Jeff?
Just a second. I'm trying to. There we go. All right. Can everybody hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good deal. Hey, how you doing? So this is the part where I introduce myself.
Yep.
All right. My name's Jeff Stanley. I have been in the hobby for 35 years, off and on. I've taken several hiatuses. Last 2 years, I've gotten serious. The last year, I've gotten very serious with my coin collecting. I'm really enjoying getting into the depths of the hobby, of where I'm doing a lot of, I'm starting in variety collecting, not just filling holes in albums, learning an awful lot, learning a lot of new stuff from these guys here. And especially on Thursday nights, I've learned an awful lot. And so I'm hoping that I can give back. I'm trying my best to give back. I'm trying to put out good content on my videos, and I've got a blog hopefully coming here very soon. I'm working on it right now.
Awesome.
Make sure you give me that link so I can put it in the directory.
From these guys.
Yeah.
I happened already.
Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out the 1 Million Pennies project, make sure you do that. There's a lot of good information on that site. Oh, thank you to that special someone helping me out. I appreciate it. Keeping an eye on things. Several of you out there, I appreciate it. All right, so yeah, this is the coin Q&A panel, and we're going to answer questions about your coins. So you just have to send them. You send your question to checkmycoin@yahoo.com, and if you could attach some pictures Be real specific with your questions. Try to tell us, what is this lump of metal here, or what's unique about this coin when it comes to the surface or the edge, or point out something very specific about what your question is about. Don't send an email that says, "What do you think?" And if you can, try to get a full picture of the front, a full picture of the reverse, and then zoom in on the areas where you have a question. That would help us a lot. Now, I do have quite a few questions and pictures that came in since last week. So in a few minutes, we'll get started on that. However, I wanted to talk a few minutes with the panel about the question that I had to pose. And it was basically that, how do you build your confidence in the hobby? I get a lot of questions, and I'm sure they do too, from folks that may know the answer. I mean, when do you give yourself enough credit to where you feel comfortable in what you know? And oftentimes we don't know, what that is. Now, I have to say, first off, that every day I learn something new. I mean, it's just not any way possible to sit down and in a few hours know everything about the hobby. You're talking years, right? But how do you know when you've reached a certain level, and in order to recognize and have more confidence in yourself so that you can make the right choices, right? We often talk about don't buy right away. Don't, we have Ken is promoting a segment on coin and tips for new collectors, but I just wanted to include some thoughts about how do you know when you've arrived at a point where you can stand on your own and properly identify coins. You feel confident in selling coins without ripping people off. You can buy coins without feeling like you got ripped off, and so on and so forth. So anyway, I'll let the panel kind of take that. Anybody want to give it a stab? How do you build confidence?
Okay. I'll start. Sure, why not? I thought Ken was gonna. I think my confidence was finally built when I realized that I was surrounding myself with all the right people. There's a lot of well-known experts that are very active in the Facebook coin community, and I was lucky enough to meet a bunch of them right off the bat and become friends with a lot of them. And one of them is also a fellow panelist. He's kind of on hiatus right now, but Mr. Chuck Daughtry, he's probably the world's leading expert on Lincoln Cents. I don't think anybody else in the world knows as much as he does about them collectively. There's other guys like Ken Potter and Ronald Fern and many, many, many others that I've met, and I talk to these guys a lot. And when you join specific groups like error groups or variety groups, and you're answering questions and those experts are agreeing with you, and the questions aren't simple to be answered, then I think you kind of realize that you might know what you're doing, or you get it. Because this is a specialty, niche that most of us are in. Most of us love the error and variety part of it. And not everybody understands it. Not everybody gets it. I think everybody that's on the panel tonight obviously gets it. These are all really good guys. And that's how I, built my confidence. I just surrounded myself with the right people, I guess. Back to you, Shay. Mute.
I could probably go next. I think one of the things that really helped me out when I realized that I was starting to get it was when I could go back and I could look at coins that I collected. Like when I start looking at my first Lincoln Head cent book, and I can look at those coins and spot why at the time I thought these are great, these are wonderful, and I can look at those and I can say, you know what, I didn't do a good job with grading these coins, or I put a damaged coin in the spot where I should have put a good coin. I should have been more patient. I've got an example, of something that I did about a year ago. This is a 1878 CC Seated Liberty quarter that I just bought. I saw it in the store, and I was so happy to find this coin, just lowball price, that I picked it up, and then I got it home and I started looking at it, and it's bent. I didn't properly examine this coin, so I was able to admit that I made that mistake, and I'm not going to make that mistake anymore. And then, something else a little bit further along, when I started finding my own varieties that others had found from, Wexler's and, on Variety Vista, being able to properly attribute those varieties, that helped, that built my confidence. And then when I actually got my very first attribution on Brian Rybar's site, when I put in my first nickels and they came back, he said, yeah, those are indeed new. These have a new Wexler's number. That built a lot of confidence in my abilities and my skill.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'd have to say critical thinking skills is a major part of that. The challenge here, we've got people who know just enough to think they're right, and well, we got to train them up to the point so that they know when they're wrong. There's that fine line. Well, it's a pretty broad streak in between. The best way to build confidence in this sort of thing is activity. Right? Just get involved. Put together a collection. You'll become critical of what you put together previously. And yeah, this isn't good enough. I want better than this. And when you start making those decisions, you're building your confidence. Activity is going to give you more experience. Get out there and go to shows, go to shops, get involved in the coin community. Get involved in those Facebook groups, or over on Twitter. There's some really good ones. The hashtag Saturday Night Coin Show is pretty active. Lots of coin people out there who just love sharing this stuff. There's forums out there. The Coin Community Forum is a website where people ask questions, and when you're able to start answering questions, and you're certain you're right, rather than you think you're right, you've seen it before, you've done it before, you understand the nature of the issue. That's when your activity has given you the experience that you're going to start building the confidence that you're going to need. And with enough confidence, there's nothing you can't do. So get busy is what I recommend. Go deeper into whatever it is you're doing. If you're doing Lincoln Cents, complete a complete set. Complete a complete set. Does that sound right? Put together a complete set as complete as possible. And then start expanding upon it with those varieties. Design varieties, for example, are a great start. Go back further in time and work on Indians. Take a step up to nickels or quarters or silver or whatever you're doing. But more activity is going to give you experience, and that experience is going to give you confidence to start helping others out.
Yeah, we got a few folks that kind of piped up, and I'd like to show some of them. There's Silver Rookie. Confidence comes with education. Watch these channels, ask questions, learn, and be patient. That's right.
How do you do that? You got a different look on the bottom of that banner.
Oh, you can adjust it. You get two options: the default and small. Let's see. Josh Moore says, that's how I learned that I'm on the right page with varieties, asking questions and participating with groups that have very educated people. That's right. And let's see. Seema says, woke up last night just after falling asleep, realizing that the 65 Kennedy that I just sent to PCGS was SMS and not MS, and that it wasn't going to be as valuable as I had hoped. Done it. Been there. Yeah, that's right. I mean, some lessons are hard learned in this hobby. I can tell you that that buying clean coins can be your downfall, and I think that there's enough beautiful coins out there that if you learn how to spot cleaning and how to spot damage and how to spot a weak strike and how to become a little bit more picky about what you buy, you'll find that sometimes you're going to buy. Somebody's going to bring you a whole bunch of coins and they want to get rid of it all, but there's only one piece in there that you really want. But there'll be different opportunities. You'll take advantage of them and later discover that it wasn't an opportunity at all. And so
everybody's going to get that. My big trick was a 1972 double dynamo 1, like you showed off a couple of weeks ago. Dude, it was beautiful. It was like $200. I think I paid $225 for it. A couple of years later, I had to sell a couple of things so I could pay the light bill. And this is when I realized that it wasn't really, the BU I was hoping for. It's more like, an AU 53. There are expensive lessons to learn. And, well, I ended up getting $75 for it out of the $225 I put into it. But after that, I was a lot more confident because I was a lot more picky because I had built some experience from that particular enterprise. You notch yourself up every now and then. You put in another gear and tighten up. And when you're starting to do that, that's where your confidence is coming into play because you're more in touch with those subtleties that make these coins more valuable or more desirable. But it can be expensive. I was looking at one guy on a Facebook post. He had a 1950 proof, and he had submitted it for grading, but had some dark spots in the back, some real nasty dark spots. It came back as a 62 brown. Well, I went looking that up, and he probably spent $40 to $50 to certify it, and he might get 20 on the market for that thing. It's an expensive lesson sometimes. But I guarantee you that fellow learned a lot.
Yeah, I would like to add one of the things that I used to catch myself doing was having an empty slot in one of my albums and getting on eBay. And I was hell-bound determined that I was going to fill that spot that night and learning that I had to be patient, to find the right coin. And I'm doing that now. I've actually gone out and thanks to the coin community, I'm now stuck on bust $50. Went out and started looking at some, and I'm kicking to the curb those ones that are cleaned. I'm getting pretty good at identifying those things and just being patient with them.
Yeah,
I used to do that same thing. It's funny because now I'm at the point where I'm going through and replacing all of those coins that I did that with better stuff. So you end up buying the same coin a couple times because you're not doing it right the first time. But I think we've all been there.
Yeah.
The second time around, though, you're at a higher level.
Yep. Hard lessons, but make you a better collector.
Oh, Seamus makes a great point. I'd rather learn from your mistakes than from all of his own mistakes. Yeah. Well, we made them. We made them all. Believe it.
I'm pretty sure a fairly famous person said something about that at one point. Making those, if you can, if you can learn from your own mistakes, then you're pretty darn smart. If you can learn from others' mistakes, then you're brilliant. I don't remember who said that, but I think it applies. So I do have, unless anybody has anything else to add, I can jump into some mail and start answering questions.
Yeah, I've got one almost loaded up. I'll need a few moments, I'm sure.
All right. Let's see. I've got one. Let's go for it. From Choho.
Yeah, good luck.
Lanche Antonio. There we go. That's
Antonio.
Yeah, just say Antonio. 1983 S proof. I have a 1983 S proof. What do you guys think? Okay, so this is the first. This is the kind of question that I was hoping that you guys could be a little bit more specific. But I did look at the pictures, so we can go ahead and take a look. All right. So I'm gonna just start off by saying this looks like MD to me.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
There's lots of pictures.
I'm sorry. The top left of the D, gives away. Bottom of the nose is definitely flat and shelf-like there.
Right. When I see that profile like that, it's yeah.
Oh yeah.
See how these are the same apart. They're not split. There's no splits there. It's flat and shelf-like appearance. The design is as wide as normal. All right. If you looked at from here to here, that is the proper width of the device. This shelf has come in and made that look thinner with doubling, but it's just machine doubling. Lots of good points on this coin to look at because it's a pretty coin. But yeah, this is all ND.
Coin Dragon has a really good point. This is the perfect coin for an example. Absolute perfect coin for an example because the details are so sharp on it. It's easily, seen.
And usually when you see it all over like that too, that's a sure sign.
Yeah, you got it on the mint mark and the date and the letters.
And the bust.
Out real well.
Star.
So machine doubling, you've already struck the coin. Then the die sort of bounces. And what's happening? The design on the die is impacting the already existing devices on the coin. It flattens them out. I think we lost Frank for a little bit. He's having trouble with his USB.
Yeah. Now see this. See along here at the bottom of his chin there. You'll see that a lot too. A lot of folks think that that's doubling as well, but it's not the valuable type of doubling you want. All right. Let's go on to the next one. But it's a beautiful coin. It just has MD on it. So, all right. Let me grab my next person here. We've got one from King Cobra. And maybe one of you guys can read this for me while I'm getting the pictures up. Ready? Here we go.
Does it read slow or fast? King Cobra 2 says, this 1946 Lincoln and 2005 Jefferson nickel, the Buffalo. I was wondering if the 46 was struck at the mint with a scratched die. Also, have you heard about the urinating Buffalo back in the 30s? If so, what about this nickel I found at a bankroll about 5 months ago? I would like to hear what you guys think of the coins and the value of them. Thank you and God bless. King Cobra.
Nickels, I'm interested.
Uh-oh. We finally got a nickel guy on the show. I don't think we've ever had a nickel guy. Oh, my Lord. Well, that bad boy is just corroded.
That looks like some heavy environmental damage.
Yeah, some pitting.
So maybe he was talking about the scratch across here, but I think that's just post-mint damage, PMD, along with all the other things going on.
Yeah, this is just some sort of corrosion. I mean, I come across coins like this, from time to time, and it happens. Definitely not a mint error.
All right, and then on the Jefferson nickel, so here's the reverse.
Oh, wow.
I think somebody's just sort of gouged that in there.
Yeah, that's got that one
Looks like
side
a
is kind
hit.
of straight, one's a little rounded. That's a rim from another coin, probably a nickel.
That's a well-placed hit, I'll tell you.
I couldn't get it even.
Hey, Jeff, are you still interested in this nickel?
Not that one. I was hoping it was going to be the Clash. I was hoping it was going to be the Die Clash that I've been looking for.
Yeah, the speared buffalo is another nice thing to look for on there. Sure. All right.
It's interesting just by the placement. I found a 2019 P that's kind of interesting. I sent while you were reviewing them, Shay, but I didn't know if it would be appropriate to put on this show.
Oh, yeah. It's the most. We were trying to come up with a segment name for it, like most unfortunate placement of issue or
Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, so did you actually see?
Alice in Wonderland. I like Ezekiel's comment there. It's bag damage. Oh, boy. Yep. That could lead to permanent baggage.
Sorry, I had to. All right.
So many jokes.
Yeah, so many jokes. It's yeah. All right. Let me grab the next one.
As we just stare at that one. From Guy R. What are your thoughts on this penny? This penny has a perfect round punch right in the face section of the coin. The punch is from the obverse to the reverse, but all the features of the coin are intact. There are no signs of the smashing of the facial features, and the coin is not bent. You would expect the coin to be bent with the kind of force necessary to make a punch through a coin like this one. Let's find out. Wow. Well, I see no way for that to happen at the mint.
No,
Yeah.
you got damage that is transferred through the planchet here.
Yeah, and you can actually see the discoloration around the damage on the reverse. It looks brighter because it's basically scraped away the surface. Don't know how they did it, but it's definitely not an error.
Yeah, it looks like a tool.
Yeah, I agree.
Intemperate use. Frank points out copper and zinc are pretty darn soft. Yeah, it doesn't take much to really screw up some pennies. Simple shop tools, you can do all sorts of things. From Seamus, 1964p Lincoln cent. Hello, guys. I found this anomaly tonight. I love the word anomaly. In a BU roll of 64p Lincoln cents, there appears to be a bad planchet lamination on the bottom of the reverse and a corresponding strike through on the obverse. Your comments and words of wisdom are welcome on this one. Am I correct in my nomenclature for this anomaly? So far,
Ooh, I see weakness.
okay, well,
Okay.
you don't quite have the shot of the bottom there.
See what we have going on here. So there's clear weakness. Oh yeah, that's well, my best guess on this one would be a lamination error before strike.
Yep, that fits. I'm
And
looking
so
at the rim.
The reason I say before strike, guys, is because when this coin was struck, that piece was already gone, as can be seen by the weakness directly opposite on the other side. basically there wasn't enough pressure in that area because the planchet was thinner.
Mhm.
So that part of the coin on the reverse was long gone before the planchet made it into the striking chamber.
What's the weight on this one?
The
You might be
weight.
down a quarter gram on that.
Um,
Yeah, you've got to have opposing forces to get the design on both sides of the coin. And if you're missing a part of the planchet, as you see in the reverse, it's not going to make contact with the reverse die, and you don't get the design from the obverse struck into the coin.
You can also get a little bit of weakness if there's a cud on the other side.
Yeah, if I was opening the roll and I pulled that out, and I saw the weakness on the obverse like that, I would actually assume it was a cud on the reverse because that's most often what you see. So I wouldn't have been disappointed when I flipped it over and saw this anyway because it's still a pretty cool error.
Yeah, lambs are nice.
Yep, that's a nice BU example.
and I just got to say, Seamus, great pictures. Great
Keeper.
pictures. Did a great job sending this in, and very well articulated on identifying the issue. Yes.
Your nomenclature about the anomaly was indeed correct.
And he's got a second one. Anybody want to read that?
1971 S Lincoln sent NGC MS65 red brown Woody. This 71S has a hint of wood grain along with the toning. I pulled it straight from a mint set. At first, it was disappointing with the toning. I normally expect higher, brighter coins in the mint sets. NGC graded as MS65 red brown. I hope you like it. It was difficult to get photos that represent the color and the wood grain.
Frank's face is glued to his computer screen right now.
See, the Woodies are a result of an alloy mix. And you see them a whole lot more before 1963 when tin was included. But after the tin was removed in 63, you don't have these traditional Woodies.
Ah, yeah, I see it. That is tough to capture, I'll tell you. I like the colors. There's some colors going on there too. A little bit of iridescence.
Oh, look at that in the bays. That's pretty.
Cuds R Us does make a good point. It almost does have that look of the roller marks indicative of the early 80s.
That's the direction I'm heading.
They're very thin. They're all parallel. And actually, I was almost even thinking a smudge, to be honest with you. If you look on the right side of this picture, it's actually going in a different direction as it is on the left side of the picture. Yeah. So I'm not really sure. I don't actually think that one's a Woody. I'm with Cuds R Us on this one. But it's a nice coin. I actually like the colors.
Yeah, I agree. I like
The
the
winner.
I tend to agree with the roller, the assertion of the roller marks. But it's a beautiful.
If you go back to that last picture you had, Shay, just the one right before this, you'll kind of notice those marks. No, the reverse. The reverse was the right one. Yeah. You'll kind of notice the marks almost stop right before the raised devices. It's almost like they skip. So if you look at the very top of the memorial, you'll see a thin line where those marks actually aren't. Same thing goes around, basically around all of the devices, and that kind of tells me it's some sort of surface mark, not an actual alloy issue. Yeah, unfortunately, even though it came right out of the mint set cello, people do handle these coins at the mint. I'm not saying this is from a person, but it's some sort of surface smudge, in my opinion. I would go with the roller marks, like Cuds is saying. That would be my best guess on this one.
And Frank brings up an interesting point about the True Woodies ending in 1963 when they took 10 out of the alloy mix.
It kind of reminds me of, I was, I don't know, this word came across to me, and I don't know how. Have y'all ever heard of chromatography?
Yeah.
Where you can take a particular dye or other substance and break it down into or basically pull out the different colors or compounds that make up that particular substance. And it's like it's spread across the coin and you get the different colors. And I don't know how much of that would be from the books or if that's even a thing, but it looks like there was some substance on there at one point, doesn't it? Is that just album toning?
Well, it can't be album toning because it was in the mint set cello.
It went from the cello to
Oh yeah, he said it went from the cello. Yeah,
But the cello could have been, could have had a pinhole in it. Maybe you got a little bit of air in there. Who knows? But I don't think it's a Woody.
Now I found plenty of those mint cellos damaged in such a way that air gets in. So I suppose that it's just environmental. Okay. All right. Let's see. Next up.
I agree, Frank. That would be sweet to find a 2009 Woody.
From Zeke R, 1996 D dime. Don't know what to call this one, but it has a extra eye or metal if you look at the eye of Roosevelt.
I don't know if I'm going to tell. This one might be the best one.
Have we seen this before?
I don't remember.
I think we had a Jefferson nickel with the same question. But it's just the eyeball. It's the actual design of the eyeball. So what you're looking at is the iris. It's just whatever the tone of this coin makes that specific one stand out a little bit. It almost looks like it's been cleaned.
And this I did this a lot, and I still have to find other normal coins and compare what I'm finding with the normal coins. Things like that. The strike, can be weaker or stronger, and may make those places look different from coin to coin. So, when you build a reference set, Ken talks about building a reference set so that you can compare the things that you find to the normal coins. And then you can compare also to a proof. Proofs are beautiful coins, and they're usually well struck. And if you don't have one of those, you can go to PCGS and look at their top graded coins to see what a coin should look like.
I don't say anything different about it right now.
All right. He has a quarter. I'm gonna grab that and put it in.
Now, Shay brought up a good point about comparing it to another coin. If you're not sure, if something looks different, put it aside. But the key is make sure you're comparing it to another coin that's basically the same date. There are subtle design changes that happen throughout the years on pretty much all U.S. coin series. And even though you may not, if you're using them to compare to one another, you should try to find the same date, just to make sure you are definitely comparing the same exact design.
I can take this one.
Go for it.
Okay. From Zekar, 1978 Denver quarter. I think the reverse is MD, but I'm not for sure.
It's actually a decent looking coin.
It is, especially if it's pulled from circulation. It's in good shape. Nice breast feathers on the eagle.
Hello, KM Burger. I would say this is the MD. It's sort of a weird example of MD, though.
Looks like the die was a little.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. Inside the D there, it looks like, a little bit of maybe die damage or something going on there. The bottom of the E in E pluribus unum is really strong, but yeah, that's some MD. So the good thing is you were able to recognize that it was MD. You were just still a little unsure of yourself, but you're getting there. Once you can identify that, you're definitely on the right track.
When I stopped seeing every MD as a double die, that's when my confidence started building up for sure. When I started recognizing, oh, that's definitely MD.
The three hardest things to get your head around. The first one's going to be damage. Right, that's usually easy to figure out. It's frigged up, it's contorted, it's out of shape, it's bent, it's elongated. And then the next two are going to be machine doubling and die deterioration. If you can get your head around those two things, you're halfway there. From Dave Watson, he's got a 2009 DC DDR number 12. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to share a find I recently made. This is my Duke Ellington DDR, and I believe it is the 2009 DCP DDR number 12. I had to change the lighting in the last picture to get a good shot of the doubling and the second black key and the E in Ellington. So this is the one that's like a Salvador Dali of Duke Ellington on the piano. Even though the coin isn't in the best shape, I hope you all enjoy it.
I love these. These are some of my favorite quarters to check.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Let's see what we got. Okay,
it's not the heavy Salvador Dali. I'm gonna have to look up.
I'm trying to find it right now here. What was it? 2009.
Yep, it'll be a DC.
Yeah, I think the Salvador Dali one was actually a Denver, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
yeah, I think you're right, Jeff.
That was a good call.
2009 PDC. Let's see what we got here. Look to the left of the E, the left bottom corner of the E.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so that might be number 2. Let's see here. Or 12. Well, it's 12. We got the extra key in between the first and second, and we got the little bit of the E doubled on the bottom left. So yeah, that's FS801. So one of the more popular ones, apparently. It's got the cherry pickers number with it. So yeah, cool find.
Look at that.
Yep. So Dave, you were able to attribute it yourself, so that's a great thing. I mean, if you're at that part of the collecting aspect of it, if you can find them yourself, that's a wonderful thing. It's a nice feeling when you go in there and you see a match. You can match it up. You can check the die markers, make sure they're all there. Talk about a confidence builder.
For sure.
You know,
The next step, Dave, is to start finding the ones that aren't on any websites, and then you get your name attached to them. So that's where you're headed next. One thing to note about these, I actually have a Duke Ellington, and there's a die clash. Well, there's many die classes, but they actually really resemble the DDR, and it's tough to differentiate between the two. So there's a lot of stuff to find on these quarters. I'd love to find a couple rolls of these. Nice find.
Yeah, for sure.
And Jeff, you were right. The really good one is a D. It's a Denver Mint, and that thing is just out of control.
Still wonderful. One of my favorite things, finding these varieties, and quarters are so rich with them too. I mean, you can find them. Quarters. I think is a good place for new collectors because you can find so many different things, so many different DDRs, and obvious, easy to pick up. As long as you learn the places to look, you're doing real good. If you were just starting out, just look in the middle of the coin. That's the thing you got to remember at a basic level. But yeah, quarters are wonderful. I've been looking for 3 years for this coin, so it's awesome. All right, let's go next. Oh, yeah. Of course, I don't have it loaded. I'm not ready. Give me a second.
I got one ready.
You do? Awesome.
Yeah.
What you got?
Let me pull it up on screen here. Just one moment. Here it is. No, it's gone. I lost it. Here it is from Liston. Who wants it?
I'm eating chips, sorry.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to educate and help the others. It's much appreciated. Coin 1 is an Indian. Is this a clash mark or is it just eye-appealing damage in and around the date? Also, the 2 looks to have something under it as if it were a repunch date. And coin number 2 is a Lincoln. Do these look like die polish marks or scratches? In hand, the coin looks great. I was thinking that maybe it was a very harsh attempt to cover up a clash of some sort. Okay, we'll look at that Indian. We'll focus on the date here. Ta-da! Whoa. I got a 1902 Indian with some marks down here.
Yep, that's definitely damage.
Yep, the date's going to be up here on the other side. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Can't do much with this image. Yeah, something's been shoved into it. For what's under the 2, if you look around the coin, the coin's going to give you the evidence you need. The bottom of the 2 is not a repunch date. This is just more of this same damage. You can see it extends up past the A, a little bit into the C here, probably over in the 1. This is probably all related.
Yep. It actually squished the left side of the 0 too and made it look a little wider.
Yeah, right down in here.
Left. Your left.
Right in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little darker area. Yeah.
Oh, Donna, there are many varieties out there that a lot of people don't know exist.
Oh,
Once you
there's
start
thousands. Cherry Picker's Guide has just a sampling, just a kiss, just the tip of the iceberg on that. Lots and lots of them out there. Okay. Now he's wondering on the Lincoln scent, is it dye polish marks or scratches? And what do we got? A 1964 here.
Wow.
With a whole lot of color to it.
Somebody took a wire brush to that baby.
Yeah. One of those rotary brushes that you put on the end of your screwdriver, your electric screwdriver.
Yeah. Yeah, those are scratches on the coin for sure.
Or maybe a fuse box.
Yeah. They'll take the dies down every now and again and dress them up. Say there's a clash mark they want to remove, but this is usually going to affect only the surface of the coin, right? It's not going to get deep into the crevices, into the voids on the die. And these polishing marks are typically just going to be on the die. Here, these marks are going across the flat fields and into and across the devices here. I can't quite tell if I don't really see it on the letters. They're kind of small here. But here, I'd have to take a wire brush. If I were to do this at the mint to create this coin, I'd have to drag that brush in a singular direction across the entire die and get into these, the voids. And you have this thing called defilade, right? If I drag a wire brush across a die, right where I meet the edges of a void, I'm going to kind of skip, right? And when I come out, I might have a little skip, but this is pretty continuous across the entire coin. So what I'd be looking at here to help you determine is it a scratch on the coin, is if these are dug into the field. A scratch on the die will be raised up on the coin. But using the experience I put together, this is pretty badly damaged.
All right. I think we agree. Let me grab the next question.
Hello, Shay. This is from Silver Rookie 18, 1983 P quarter. Hello, Shay. I was looking for the Spitting Eagle variety and noticed the hairline on this coin. I've not found any videos on this yet and was wondering if you guys can take a look at it. I moved it around in the light and it does not appear to be a scratch. Is this a known variety?
Die crack.
Well, looks like a die crack to me. Look at that. Look at this. The quality of the rest of the coin. That there's radial flow lines everywhere. That die was heavily used. It looks like a little rim cut above the T, the second T in states as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Does that crack extend down the entire length of the wing? I've got one very similar to that, and then it comes out that it's actually a pre-cud.
You know, I found Jeffrey Schumacher told me about 1996, and sure enough, so many of the 96s have all these die cracks about the same spot, and they run down the wing in various lengths. And there's some over on, from the leaves down into the lower letters, like a quarter dollar. So the L and the leaf are close by. And so, yeah, there's die crack. Die cracks can happen basically on any coin, right? It's the die is wearing out. This one happens to be, like Chris said, very, very late stage.
The funny thing about die cracks is, if you look at PCGS website or read about the Spitting Eagle, they claim that it is a die crack coming off the tip of the beak. Makes it look like the eagle is spitting. But it's not. It's actually a die clash. And technically, it can happen on any year Washington quarter from 1932 through 2000 what? Oh, 1998. I'm sorry. Any Washington quarter that has the eagle reverse, you can have that clash. For some reason, they decided the 83s were, remarkable and started grading them and slabbing them and dubbing them the Spitting Eagle variety, and they became popular. But in reality, you can have that same clash on any year quarter with the eagle reverse. You're right, Levels of Madness. You name something catchy and someone will buy it.
But they're definitely fun to find. You can actually determine different things about the die, or different dies by where the crack is and how it's shaped, and you can find similar dies in different stages based on how long that same crack extends. Yeah, it's cool. I think it was good for me because I started to understand the life of a die. Early on as a newbie collector, you don't really realize what these dies are put through when they're making the coins and how many coins they make, and that they have a certain life to them. Yep. All right, let me grab the next.
That's a neat coin. Thank you.
I got Bizarre Bullion.
Oh, I put one up. Anybody want to read it?
From Eddie Jams, 1998 D1DR002. That would be a Copper Coins attribution number. So found this coin roll hunting. Looks like a 98 D1DR002 listed on Copper Coins. Check out the possible extra column next to the right of the Lincoln statue. Not the best shape in the world. With that said, looked at PCGS photo grade, MS68 possibly. The mint luster isn't there, but the details are. What would you grade it as? Still researching and learning.
Good job. Good job on my missing letters there.
You do that on purpose, Jay?
No, no. Sorry. But you nailed it. All right.
I'm actually disappointed. I'm disappointed you haven't set me up lately.
All right, let's see. He said extra column next to the right of the Lincoln statue. So class 9. Let's see if he's got it. Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Shoulder to foot, ankle.
He's a big one. Hey, where's Frank at? He likes these too.
He's got a million of them.
I got $1.5 million. Frank, I'll tell you what, I'll throw them in with that 83 Dodge Omni wood grain panel side. I'll throw them in the trunk. You can have them.
We should address his question about grade. I'm going to go ahead and eliminate MS altogether.
Yeah, too spotty. There's something going on the right-hand side there, right past the word of trust. Let's see. I did see some. There's gouges on some of the pillars. I mean, in my opinion, that this isn't a gradable coin. Class 9 DDRs are cool. They're fun to find for sure, but they're not exactly real popular or valuable. And I just don't think the value of the coin is there. This is one I would definitely keep, though. This is a big Class 9 DDR, in my opinion. I don't like the minor ones. I do like the big ones like this, though. Yeah, I agree with Shay. Not MS.
I will not kick that out of the coin box.
Oh yeah, we have. I know I have rolls of these that whenever I find them, I pop them in there, and when I have some time, I go through and try to identify the exact one. It's fun, and it's a learning experience. Chuck values the ones that are pretty much larger than knee to toe, is what he thinks. I believe is what he said the last time we talked about it. But I think they're all very cool. They should all be classified, but that means there's hundreds of them. So I've gone through a lot of these. there are tons of them. So and what's even more interesting, he said 62 brown. There's copper coins right there. Wow. But what I find really interesting about the Class 9s are not just these straight up and down ones, but the ones that are at different angles, where the snapping motion of the die and the hub in the single squeeze process have snapped. And we've talked about it before. Chris said it sounded like a gun going off, and but you can have all this doubling in different places around Lincoln's statue, and it's really, really cool. And on the floor and on the ceiling and in other columns. So all about the center. It takes spots, stains, marks, and junk on the coin doesn't make it not MS. It takes wear to make it not MS. For sure. Yep. All right, let me grab the next one.
I got one ready from Bizarro.
You're up.
There we go. Can we see this all right?
Yeah.
Hi, panel. Currently at the hockey game. You must be up north, so I'll have to watch tonight. Here's a proof quarter that appeared to have doubling in the initials. Just the initials, though, unfortunately. Sorry, I only have these photos saved. I'll add a follow-up with pics of the motto and date and such. And what you got here? Here you go. 1964. We'll look at the initials, what he wants to talk about. I think that's the same photo. Here's the reverse. Little crack in the holder. And the motto. Let's see what I can do to zoom in on that. I think we're at the limit of digital photography here. What do you see in here? Can you see this?
I might say that has something to do with the lighting. Kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, we're way down here. We're gonna pixelate real soon here.
Looks like it's the reflectivity off of kind of the other facet, the bottom of that J.
Here's a different shot. So we got a picture of a camera. So this is probably as good as we can get. If I go deeper, we just start losing resolution.
I would kind of want to see that at a couple different angles before I ruled out that being, you know, just the reflectivity of it being was that a proof?
It's a proof, and it's in a holder. It looks like so. We're looking at a proof through through plastic. And boy, this
With
is gonna
lighting coming from the top left.
yeah, this isn't helping me here. It's milky. So this is probably the best we're going to do here. I'm not going to be able to do much with this image. Does it look extra thick? I think this is the normal thickness for this device. Are these separation lines in here up at the point? I don't have an answer with this photo.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think pictures are quite clear enough. We are literally looking at a picture of a picture, and it's just not good enough.
Now, if you can download that image and send us that downloaded image, that'd be a help.
Well, maybe you'll send it in and we can continue on.
Okay, there's nothing I can do with this.
You want to do this one, Jeff?
I'll do this one from Zeke R, 1955 S RPM. And I need to move my screen, sorry. I was just wondering if this coin could be a 1955S 1MM-005. It's a repunch met mark S/S South. It looks to be one on Copper Coins listings. I couldn't magnify it much because I don't have a higher magnification scope. Sorry. What does the Q&A panel think? Thanks. And here are the pictures of the Copper coin listing. So he's got a reference photo for us as well.
We'll need to see the bottom of that mint mark. And this is going to be real subtle like. Okay, it's deeply punched. We got the big mound inside the S. Let's look at the position.
That's the Copper Coins one.
Okay.
Eddie Jams, a device is anything raised on the coin. Basically, all of the design, the letters, the numbers, the bust.
Look at a clash over there under his neck and coming up from the right of the bow tie. But it looks like the mint mark position is too close to the 5 to be a match for 1MM005.
Again, that's where your little trick with the hairline helps. I've actually used that a few times.
If you draw a line from the bottom of the 9 to the second 5 and look at the distance the vertical distance. This S is closer than it should be for the 1955 S, 1mm05. Can you rotate that?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Are there any other markers listed for that?
We have a tiny, and I mean a tiny little mark below the best, and you've got a die scratch through the LU of pluribus.
No.
And Chuck says that's not 1mm05. 1mm05.
I'm not going to make it any better. Oh, well. Heavy die scratch through PLU of pluribus. Yes. That's a heavy die scratch. Die gouge.
Have we looked at 8? Let's see here. That's a no. Interesting.
Can you bring up the scratch in pluribus? Okay, that one starts to the left of the U and continues over to the B. The specimen shown on copper coins is prominent most between the L and U and through the U, but does not seem to be a match for the direction or the position for this mark that you see before you. Yeah, copper coins. Chuck just pointed out that's the wrong placement for the die gouge on the reverse. That specifically eliminates this reverse as being that of the RPM die. We do not have a match.
Yep.
That's a good marker. It's just not the right marker for that coin. It's a good marker to watch out for.
All right. Let's see. What do we have next?
We got 18 of them here, man.
I got koi lovers. Yeah, I know. We got a lot of them come in. You're gonna have to let me,
41.
I got koi lovers.
FYI, I checked Variety Vista, and I'm not seeing a match on there either. Did anybody read this?
Not yet.
Oh,
Okay, from Koi Lovers, RPM.
Oh,
Hey guys, I think this may be an RPM, but I can't find a match. Can you help?
I almost brought up the wrong pictures. There we go. RPM with MD?
Sure looks like it.
What year is that one?
Um, 1957.
57.
Well, it does look like a minor RPM to me. Doesn't appear to match any that are listed on Variety Vista. There are only two.
I'm pulling up Wexler real quick too.
Maybe one with some MD on Wexler. There's a couple other markers.
Now the MD is going to be specific to this coin, not to the variety.
Right.
And I think East-West die scratch connecting the two legs of R and Liberty. All right, let's see if it has that. I'm not going to be able to tell, but it should be right here if that was one. What other markers does he have?
A, M, and E in America.
Very light East-West die scratch connecting the M and E in America. Okay, let's take a look. No, I don't. No, I don't see it either. Oh wait, that was 55 anyway. Let's look at 57.
Oh.
All right. Under the let's see. Ooh.
See you, Mark.
Wexler's doesn't have one for 57. P. It does for D. There we go.
Looking to see if that MD was hiding anything down there, but I can't tell. I mean, he's got quite a few of them on Wexler. Yeah. But I don't see any with the markers. Oops. I'm looking. Are those concentric circles? Lathes lines? All right, so there's a die crack on the left wing in here towards the near the first leaf and into the Q. Looks like it runs down the wing. Any other markers? I don't see one across his head.
Almost looks like a spitting eagle.
Hey, Ed. I don't see any matches, but yeah, worth some more studying for sure, because that I'm pretty sure that's RPM. I don't. I would like to see a more clearer picture, I guess, before I set it 100%. But it looks like an RPM. Sorry, we couldn't help you identify the exact match, but maybe you can send some more pictures, Coy, and I can take a look some more when I have some more time. Obviously, this kind of stuff does take a while, so we could sit here for hours looking at different photos. All right, let me grab the next one. I've got one from Jeff. Let's grab this one.
Kitty Doc, you should never be embarrassed. You sent in a photo of a coin, you didn't know what it was. So you're taking the first steps. You're identifying something that's out of the norm, and you're seeking help on identifying what it is. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
Absolutely.
Here's one for you. Pronounce it Kid Did Okay.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Kid did okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I was stuck with that for a while. And I've got one ready for from Mr. Dub.
Oh, good, because mine turned out I didn't have the pictures, so for Jeff, but I'm bringing that up. Let me put you in there. There you go.
Okay, here we go. From Mr. Dubsack, number 7. Found this in a coin roll today. I know nothing about it, honestly. What I'm specifically curious about is if this might be the re-engraved date variety. Okay, you ready for this? We got King George. Got a crown on him, so it's not Canadian. It's not English. And it's a Newfoundland, 1941. And I've been struggling in the past few minutes to try to find mine. Okay, 1941, and you see a little C down here. Okay, so there's your mint mark. And he's got a bit right here by the 4, which I've not seen before. But there is a 1941 C Newfoundland penny, which has a doubled 1. And I had that brought up here, somewhere here, right there. Okay, there's your 1941. There's your C. There's George. And the doubled 1. There we go. Looks like this on the 1. And somewhere on this desk is an example of this coin, but I'm not able to find it. Now, his mark is over here on the 4. Well, Coins in Canada has it has some varieties listed, but they're not always doubling. Sometimes it's just MD, but it is a start at the very least. Looking at his coin, that's what we got. I've got a bright mark beside the 4. Let's see how close we can get in there and see. So it's not the doubled 1. And it looks like he's asking about the 4. What would you call it if you saw this? I'm going to look around for other issues on the coin. I've got some marks up here on the Newfoundland word. I've got a bit of a bright edge on the top of the 4-1, so it looks like something might have glanced across it. And I got something going on at the bottom. So there's a little bit of damage. It's taken a few hits for sure. So is this bit beside the 4? I'm going to sneeze. Sneeze time. One moment. Where's the mute button? One more time.
Bless you.
Oh, we found a mute button.
Thank you, Silver Rookie. Thanks for coming in.
So it's not the double die. And I can't tell what this is with these images. It's just I'm losing too much resolution to zoom in. But I do have issues and points of damage around there, which suggests that this is probably just one more mark.
If
Can you make anything out here?
Yeah, look at the top of the flower as well. It kind of has the same type of color and things going on there right at the top of the flower. So I'm wondering if it's some sort of gunk or part of the damage. Unfortunately, the images are not clear enough, but I can definitely see the possibility of it being a doubled 4.
That's not unheard of. Let me grab the mintage on that real quick. Mintage on the 41C is 827,000. Well, you got that going for you already. And it's 95% copper, 3% tin, and 1.5% zinc. I'd be setting that aside and looking at it later when I've got better optics.
Yeah, I'd say at least a picture from a slightly different angle would be in order on that one.
Okay, that's what I've got.
All right. Well, I kind of jumped the gun here. You want to read it, Jeff?
Yeah, I'll read it. I wrote this last week, so I forget what I wrote. This is a recent roll find and a Jefferson nickel, 1943P, and I think it is a WDDO 10 with lamination. So it's a dual issue coin, and it's an incorrect alloy mix. Split serifs on a few errors, few letters, the T in Liberty, S in Trust. Some thickness can be seen on the other letters, some doubling on the date 4 and 3. The lamination kind of obfuscates the doubling on the 3.
See a Woody. See a lamination. And I see some notching. Just too bad it's a nickel.
Oh.
I actually do appreciate Jefferson nickels.
Right. If you look at that Y, you could see the line just to the left of it at the top right there. Yeah. The wear just doesn't make it look as good as the pictures on Brian Rybar's site.
So you don't need our confirmation, do you, Jeff?
No, I think I've vetted this one pretty well. The lamination kind of just makes it that much sweeter.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is Frank drooling over this one?
I found this in a roll probably about 2 months ago, threw it in a box of Buffalo nickels, and I was going through the Buffalo nickels and found it. And I didn't even notice the error from the lamination or the variety from the doubling at that point. And usually I check those things the minute I pull them out of the roll.
Well, this thing's got a lot of stuff going on, doesn't it?
Yeah, she does. Perfect example of how the woody or improper alloy mixture and laminations are directly related.
Right. When you think about 1943, they had just, within the last year, changed the alloy mix to the manganese, silver, and is it copper?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that alloy mix is ripe with woodies, laminations, cracks. Cool for us variety and error hunters.
Right. And the condition's not bad for a roll find. Most war nickels you look at, the portraits for slap out. This one's not too bad.
Yeah, I agree. Nice one.
Thanks.
Very nice. All right. Let's see. We got another one from Koi Lovers.
From Koi Lovers, thick date. It looks like the 1N9 of this 59D Franklin is thicker than my other 1959D. Do Do you think it is just smashed or a DDO?
Turning it over. I know. And
I'm not really seeing anything there.
Judging by the height or the thickness of the shadow lines, and the 1.9 does not seem to be as deep as high relief as a 5.8. I don't see any indication of it being smashed.
trying to think. I'm pretty certain I've got a 59 around here somewhere, or 58.
Yeah, I'm looking one up too.
But yeah, this is something you'd want to compare to another 1958. Not, I don't know if. Let me look and see if there was a design change between 58 and 59 real quick on Variety Vista, but that can happen from year to year. So let's see. Franklin halves, design varieties, Alverse design varieties, 1958. Yeah, there's a design change. But it mainly square in on the R Liberty versus a change in the pointed 5. So I'd have to look at some more examples. But try to compare it to another 1958. But I don't see. Let me see. I think I just. Okay. I was looking at a window and I closed the wrong window, so who knows what I closed.
I got like 40 open.
Let me see here. DDO listings, 1958. D. So there's one DDO on a 1958D, and it has to do with this extra thickness on Liberty.
Hi, Jess.
Well, I'm going to go with the idea that what you got here is a weaker strike where the big beam on top of the bell is heating up some of the metal. And so what you're seeing is just the base of the numbers. So it's making it look a little wider.
But I would study. I would. It's looking good, but I can't tell with the picture. I'd have to study that a little bit more. But look at your. No, that's a 58, not even a D. Sorry. 58. Yeah, he doesn't have any listings on 58D. So I agree with Ken. All right. I think I got one more loaded up, preloaded, and it's from Coinzilla.
From Coinzilla, 1960 Descent. I can't seem to find this DDO. It looks close to some, but just not exact. Is it even a DDO? The date is what piques my interest.
Beautiful colors.
I see this quite a bit. I've actually been fooled by this in the past, thinking it was a small date over large date that had not been discovered yet. I I really don't know what it is. My best guess would be a specific type of machine doubling called ejection doubling. But I do also believe that it could possibly be a weird form of die deterioration. But this one will get you. I had an entire roll like this.
They had a lot of problems with the dies back in 1960. That's why they changed the design.
That's gotten me on some of the moderns here recently. I've seen that.
All right, let me grab the next one.
I got one ready from Bill Betts.
Oh, good. Good. Europe.
Here we go. Just wondering if anyone on the panel ever ran across a mint set with two of the same coins inserted. He's got a 77 mint set with 2 dimes. You ready for this?
Wow.
It's like when you break open an egg and it's got 2 yolks.
The double yolk. That's right.
Bonus. Pretty cool.
Okay, there's the back of the same.
I saw that a lot with the W pennies last year.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen several of them for sale on eBay where people have sold the ones where there's been 2 in the pack.
It happens. The mint is not perfect, as we are all well aware. These things happen from time to time. I keep that as a novelty. I suspect it might have like at least a premium of 10 cents over a regular set. Yeah, they get driven over with the crimpers, screwing up the coins. Sometimes they don't crimp in the middle, and all the coins end up, in a big jumble out on the bottom of the sack here. That's the first time I've seen 2 in a package. I've seen them upside down, right side up, side by side. So you're looking at heads over here and tails over there.
The funny thing is, it looks like the crimping isn't right either in between the $half and the dollar and the penny and the 2 dimes. It's kind of really weak. It's, as an error and variety collector, to me, this is an error, and I would keep it. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's something you definitely don't see very often.
They put this together on a Monday after a long weekend or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, July 5th. And they were stumbling into work.
Now, I've had a few mint sets that had, was it 2 of the D pennies instead of 1 D and 1 S? I kind of felt gypped out of that. But never ever saw one like this, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's your makeup set.
That'd be a keeper for me.
Yeah, little miss in the perforation here. That whole line. Well, there it is. This is not really a mint error. It's a mint flub.
Oh, you need flubber to reproduce the die. The variety. Flubber.
Oh my god! I remember when Flubber came out. Oh my god! Wasn't that a movie, right?
Yeah.
The original and then the remake.
What was the original? Was that Robin Williams?
No, the original one was Ed McMurray, who was the father from Father Knows Best, I think.
Oh wow!
That's how old I am. I can read this one from Coinzilla, 1959 cent. Is this a struck through or interior die break or a dropped letter?
Wow.
The
Well, we got a die crack or chip, and might actually be a small struck through on the left side there.
That just took a hit, I think, on the 9.
I think what we were seeing on those other two pictures there was a little bit of machine doubling at the top of the letters. The 9 definitely took a hit there on the left side. It's the left side of the 5 that I was intrigued with. That anomaly right there.
It's sticking up. It's a gouger.
Is that sticking out? I guess so. The shadow is kind of around it, so I guess that would imply it's sticking out. So probably another little die chip.
All right. Die chips.
And CMAS, flub is proper nomenclature. Yes, apply it judiciously any place you see it fit.
All right, it's going to take me a second. I have it almost ready. But please read slow.
Okay, I'm going to take a break for a minute. I got to go deal with my nose.
All right.
I'll read this one then. From Coinzilla, 1888 Indian. I don't think it's an over 7, but I do see something in the field to the right after the last 8 in the date. Or am I seeing things wrong? And just want to show off my Woody. Thanks, guys. Frank likes Woodies. Where the heck is Frank? He disappeared. I don't really see any evidence of an overdate.
Yeah, me neither. I'm looking all around it. Below, maybe. Is that something there? What did he say? He said, I don't think it's an over 7, but I do see something in the field to the right after the last 8 in the date, or am I seeing things wrong? Well,
So after the last 8 in the date.
he's talking about this maybe here.
Maybe there is something going on in between the round bulbs of the 8 on the right side, right in the crevice. But I don't think that's I don't think that's an overdate. I'm saying no.
I think I'm going to agree with you, but I don't know. I don't have a. Oh wait, I do have a reference, don't I? Where's CJ?
Yeah, where you at, TJ? Working?
He's out there somewhere. No, he's not in chat. Dang it. No, I don't see anything. I mean, like Chris spotted this this little bit here. It's interesting. I would want to look at that more, but I don't think it's over there. but I'm not familiar enough with the overdates on these.
Well, if it were a 7, I don't think you'd see anything in that area.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. Where's that whole picture? There it is. Okay. I wanted to check it out to see what kind of detail we had left on the coin here. So it is a bit, it's well circulated. I've seen worse, but this is smoothed out right in here and all in this area.
I do love me some Indian heads, though. Definitely a cool series to collect. Lots of different varieties out there. A couple design changes, composition changes. And when these things are in mint state, they are absolutely gorgeous coins.
Let me grab, I got one from Spitfire, but this one's going to take a second to download. Let me go ahead and throw it up here. This straightened out. Woo, it's a long one.
I'm surprised the trolls gave up so early today.
Well, they must have gotten tired of clicking all the little buttons to open new accounts.
Okay, I'm back.
Or it's past our bedtime.
Oh yeah, past their bedtime. That's a good one.
This is the same one?
Oh, did you do? Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, hold on. I have the wrong name on it. It should be Lady Spitfire. And it's a 1960 nickel. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, the 76.
There we go. Okay. Now let me download the pics. So read slow. Oh no, I don't have access to her pictures. She put them on Google Drive and then didn't give me access to them. She sent me a link, but you in there, Spitfire? I don't know, Coinzilla. Let me take a look. No, the only one I got was the 1888. I didn't see a Woody. If it was separate from the 88, it didn't attach. All right. So I'm gonna have to go past. Let me look at. Did we do the KM Burger quarter? No.
I did not.
Okay.
Nope.
I got Paul's 76 if you're ready.
Oh, you've got it ready?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to switch to you then because I'm not ready, of course. There you go. You're up.
Okay, here we go. From PVJJH, it's Paul H. Greetings to you all. I happen to notice these round indications that seem to run rim to rim, approximately date level. Of course, the ones I found were between the numbers. So one question is, are these put on before or after strike? I do have a suspicion what they might be, but I would like to hear what panel members think. or know what would make these marks. Thank you for your help and expertise every week. Quite educational and enjoyable. Thanks, Paul H. What's he got? Okay, here's a big shot. 76D Kennedy. And pull up the reverse. Have a look there. And what are we talking about? This little bit? Or this little bit?
Doo-doo.
This is slobber or something. Here's another bit. What's that look like to you? You've probably seen this. You thinking grease splatter? Follow the metal flow. That metal flow is kind of consistent, but here's a bit of almost a jagged looking edge. This is consistent with grease, but not much.
Splatter.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
It could be, yeah, some slobber, some doo-doo that splashed onto the coin, just a light mist of perfume or some darn thing in somebody's jewelry case. Some cologne.
Schmegma.
Yeah, this is unremarkable and nothing that would cause me to give it further attention. This could be slobber. It could be a little bit of a grease-filled dye, but either one is not going to cause anybody to give it any attention. That's the same one, but this looks like a depression, which is consistent with a greaser. As is this. See the bright bottom edge?
Yeah.
Looks like a change in relief, which tells me a splash of grease.
All right. Let me go. I skipped one earlier, and I'm going to come back to it in just a minute. But let me do KM Burgers here since I've got it all loaded up, and then I'll do yours. Listen.
I'll reset for the next one in.
1993 quarter.
It's a Kimberger. What you asking about the 93 quarter?
I don't know. I'm going to open it up and see, though.
Don't put burger after your last name this late at night because I get really hungry.
Something next to a 3.
It's like a die crack.
Yep, bacon.
I just see some nicks and dings on the back of the coin.
Oh.
Whoa.
I'd like to see more of this. I'm thinking you got a lot of dye deterioration going on here.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see a better shot of it.
Got some balloon letters going on.
I noticed that the same sort of thing's going on with the date, but I'm not familiar enough to tell you if that's normal.
I think Ken nailed it right on the head there. Dye deterioration.
See inside
that's a pretty cool looking die crack, though. Yeah, the word "in" basically turned into a big blob.
Let's see. Is she saying anything? Let's see. When you get to mine, I apologize for the very short message, but my son found it in hand and it looks triple and double dye. All right. Josh, I'll check in a minute. Yeah, we could use maybe a little bit more clear picture of the "In God We Trust." That would be really nice if you can get nice and clear. Okay, Burger. All right.
I'm not seeing Josh.
Not seeing Josh either.
No.
All right, let me do listen because I don't know what happened, but I skipped listen. So let me get that one pulled up here. Right.
From Listen, 1980D, Missing Clad. Is this legitimate? We will find out. These are easier to figure out than most people realize. There are some real clear diagnostics to determine whether it's a missing clad layer or just an environmentally toned coin. Wow.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm going fountain coin on this one. Yeah, something wore this coin down. It reminds me a lot of the acid-eaten pennies, where the diameter is reduced, the thickness is reduced, yet you can still see the details. This was in some sort of corrosive environment.
There's nothing more corrosive than water.
Yeah. I would really lean towards a fountain coin on this one.
Something definitely leached that nickel away.
Yipper. Oh yeah, she's gone.
Yeah, you go ahead and spend
Spend
that
it
one.
while you can. Spend it while it's still worth 25 cents. But you know, it was definitely worth a real close look, a second look for sure.
Hey, you know what I noticed? I noticed that they're at the level that they're weighing the coin and cross-checking the weights, the size comparing to other coins. They're
Yeah,
doing their homework, and that's awesome.
Yep. Definitely doing the right things. And by the way, let's go back to the picture of the scale. While we have this up here, it's a good topic. I see many people ask what kind of scale they should get. If you look at the graduation on this scale, it measures to the hundredth place, 0.01 grams. That's important. This one actually has really high capacity of 100 grams. You're going to be hard pressed to find many coins that reach that, but the graduation is very important. A lot of people will get one that only measures to the 10th of a gram, and then it rounds up, and it just causes a lot of confusion. So this is the type of scale you want to get if you are looking for a scale. If you're going to look for stuff like this, though, you should definitely have a scale. I actually recommend a caliper, a scale, definitely some sort of eyepiece, loop. Those are some basic tools you should have in your arsenal.
Magnet.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I got my magnet right here. That sucker is strong.
Yeah, I found after I got my scale, I didn't own a scale until probably about 3 months ago, and I didn't realize how much I would use it while I'm doing coin roll hunting until I actually owned one. I use it just about every time.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most used tools in my arsenal for sure.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be very expensive. I'm buying a cheap, it's just a cheap digital scale from eBay. Mine goes to 200 grams, and it does have the same graduation as the scale pictured. It's just a small little pocket scale. I think it costs like $6 shipped right to my house. Of course, it's cheap China crap, but when it's no good, I'll get another one for $6. But this one's been lasting me for quite a while. That's all you need.
Yeah, they're accurate. They're plenty accurate.
All right. We're going to keep going for a little bit longer. We don't have, all right. I was going to say we can get maybe 2 more in. So 3, let's do 3. And those are all the ones that came in before 9. And then next week, guys, we'll pick right up where we left off. But I want to make sure that a lot of us have to work in the morning, so we can't go all night on these things, but we'd love to help. But, it gets a little late. It's just morning for Ken, but the rest of us,
Well, it's 10:30. I didn't realize this was fun. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, time just.
It is fun, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, let me grab Lady
I'm
Spitfire.
glad. I only
I've
work
got-
Monday through Thursday.
Okay,
So
I've got another.
I don't.
Way to go. I've got another Lady Spitfire with the nickels.
Oh, okay. I've got the Mercury.
Lady Spitfire, Mercury Dime. Can you tell if this has been cleaned or not? Thanks. Paul, my little cheap scale did not come with a calibration weight. I've already had one that gave me that error, and I got so mad at it, I threw it away and bought another one.
You want an easy calibration? Use nickels. They're 5 grams. That's the objective. Put 10 of them on there, and you should be at 50. Take them off, weigh them again, weigh 10 different sets of nickels. And there are directions on these scales inside the lid, usually printed on the scale on how to recalibrate them.
Well, shoot.
Got a 1930 Mercury dime. Does that look clean to you?
Oh, this is the one
Definitely has
clean.
I would expect a
Definitely.
little some
a
toning
dull look to it.
for that age and the just the wear on it.
So here's my take on this one. It looks a little too clean for the amount of wear on the coin. I don't see much dirt in the recessed areas, the fine details of the feathers, around the letters. There is some doo-doo in there, but not as much as I was expect to see with that amount of wear.
Remember, 1932, they invented cheese puffs, and they took the country by storm. So everybody had them all over their fingers, and it was 10 cents for a bag of cheese puffs. There you go. But you're looking at some fine striations. Usually, you see them all across the coin, though. What I'm looking at is the sheen on the surface, and this is kind of a dull coin.
Almost porous looking as well.
Now the detergents that are in your Tide and your Sun In or Gain is enough to alter the finish on a coin. You leave a dime in your pants pocket, wash your jeans, it'll alter the finish. Try it out with a like a 1992 dime.
Some of the first silver coins that I owned collecting when I was in my teens looked like that because I got the dumb idea to wash them with Comet to make them shiny.
Comet.
Comet, huh? Do you think it's been dipped? Is that what's giving it the dullness?
I'm back.
There he is.
Yay!
Yeah, I just reinstalled my OS.
Hey, Frank.
In the
Wow.
middle of this, you're installing an operating system.
Yes. So what do we got here, Merc?
Yeah.
I think your voice is just so low. Your operating system is just scared.
Get the Lurk app.
All right, let's do. You wanted to do her nickels?
Yeah, this dime, it doesn't look like it was cleaned harshly. It does look like it was perhaps washed.
Dip, 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 dip.
Yeah, I'm with Frank. Dipped. I would say dipped almost.
Okay, I've got cherries over here.
Okay.
Lady Spitfire. Here's a few more. So I'm going to guess that she's asking you these are also clean, and it's mostly nickels in this set.
That one doesn't look. That
Look
looks
fairly.
okay to me.
I think it's the same one. It's got that slash across here. This looks normal.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit of doo-doo here and there. I think this is just handling toning.
Doo-doo.
Little
What's
doo-doo.
up with the 6 in the date? Is that some sort of little dye chip up in there?
You get a die chip above the 0.
The bar 0.
Yep, that's a bar 0. You get a lot of these 60s in particular will have funny little bits missing. It's peripheral dye damage. What's going on? And what's going on? I think there's a dye wear here. You get a lot of radial flow lines. But you'll have little chips between the letters and the date and the rim. You'll keep them. There's like 20 different varieties. Okay, what else we got?
Collect the set.
Same coin. It's got that doo-doo.
No, that's a different 6-0, I think.
Oh, well, sure it is, isn't it?
For that, I'll look for that next week. I'll be on.
E.
Huh. That's the same coin.
That's the same coin. Okay, keep moving.
So far, none of these appear to be clean.
That's the same one.
It's got a little luster.
I can't do anything with that one. These are typical looking nickels.
Spend them in good health.
Yep. Keep the best and to hell with the rest.
Yep.
I
Now, the
like that.
1960s, you want to definitely watch out. 1960s are notorious for weak step strikes. So if you can find one with a full set of steps on it, you've got a nice coin. These have a little bit of wear on them. They're not really going to count for that. But if you can find uncirculated examples with good steps on them, you've got a good coin. I should say an exceptional coin. I'll take this one. From Wild Bill.
Solid.
Bubble. Found this coin a while back, set it aside until I got a scope. Thought it might be a gas bubble, put it under the scope and pushed on it with a toothpick. It seems to be quite solid and raised. Thought it was worth keeping.
No fray. Glue.
That would be a linear plating blister.
I would think so too, but if you pushed on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely looks like one to me.
Play bubble. You got more on his cheek, under his nose. What's the date on this?
Well, if you're pushing something like that and it's solid and it's all over like that, my first thing turns to glue of some kind.
I think he needs to push harder.
Push it with a hammer.
Get through the copper.
I mean, if you go on errorref.com and look up plating blisters.
Let's
This
load
looks
on
just like, a few of the examples they show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, those plating blisters could be pretty hard. They may not depress. They may not be just a shell. This is consistent.
Looks like yes.
1990. Yep. Kid did okay. Has a Cheerio penny covered in blisters.
Tribino for yes.
Yeah, I've got them to go all the way across the coin.
Do you have the Cheerio dollar to go with that penny?
Good old Zinkins. Wait, what? From Anonymous regarding Overton. Which Overton is this?
The best one.
Exactly.
I'm going to say. Can I buy a vowel?
I've never met an Overton I don't like.
No. Well,
Oh, okay. Let's look at this.
Flat bottom 8, flat bottom 2.
oh, just bust half. I am less than useless with Overton varieties.
That's a square base, large 8 or large letters.
The 8 almost looks like an S with a line through it. Bizarre. Oh, Ken's probably got his book out.
Yeah, as I said, Ken's got the reference. I don't
I'm
have.
trying real hard to get this. It is square base. You got the knob. Okay, square base knob. Looks like large 8s. Okay,
They're
shut the back.
Man, that's some nice detail.
I was just going to say, while we're waiting, that's a pretty nice coin.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Makes me miss my 36. I think it was a 36. Yeah.
And it looks like small letters. So we got square base, knob, and small letters. Okay, good. We got that part defined. Now we just look up Overtons.
It's Overton OU812.
Is it?
Wait a minute.
Square base,
Oh, let me check.
large 8s. Okay, so 108, 109, what we have to work with, large square base, large 8s. I'm looking at 108 and 109.
I can't wait till my book shows up.
This knob, yeah.
Book.
I saw an Overton. I bet $120 on the book.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't been able to spend that kind of money on a book in a while, but I want to.
Yes, I'd definitely like to get at least cherry pickers guides.
Do we look inside the 8? The first 8?
Yes, we can.
Clean. Okay. That's going to send me to 108.
I see nothing.
I'm staring towards Overton 108 with a square base, large 8s. Small letters.
letters.
Let's look at the 50C.
The what? I'm sorry.
50C, I think I want to look at next.
Yes.
See, the problem with Overton, he doesn't say what the issue is. You got to hunt it down.
There it is.
It says Overton 108. And then, okay, what could it be? 50C, you extend out past.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Okay, see the knob on the bottom of the 5 kind of points out to the left. I'm going to send you towards Overton 108 for now.
What about Maximus?
And that's as accurate I can be with these photos.
Still, a gorgeous coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a peach.
Thanks for sharing that.
I'd be happy with it.
Lovely detail and just wonderful.
Yeah, that's probably $250 right there.
She's a beauty.
Something that valuable back then, you gotta think didn't circulate a whole heck of a lot either.
I'll say
Probably
this: I
stored.
know how much I like nickels. I'll trade some of my best nickels for some of these. That's how much I like these things.
All right.
Uh-oh, somebody's switching over.
Mike Badger says you're correct. Okay, I don't have all the Overton listings. So all I can do is send you at 108.
He's been seduced by the dark side.
From King Cobra II, 1944 Lincoln DDO. Hi guys, I think this is a double die obverse. Am I right? If so, would you have an idea on the value? Thank you. Well, let's see here.
Circulated, you're looking at maybe $1.
One is subjective, the other is not.
Well, I do see an awful lot of die deterioration.
Well, whoa, hello.
Okay, we just took the value down to next to nothing here.
I see some doo-doo. That appears to be some sort of glue or something that was on the coin for quite some time.
Yeah, picked off, yeah. Or a dynamic smack.
I would assign this no premium.
And can't tell about the DDO.
Yeah, pictures are just a little too grainy. And the coin, the condition. Okay.
Sorry. That goes in the bulk weedy pile.
All right.
How about on eBay under a fictitious name?
Hey, Spike Ted, if you look for, if you're looking for that book, I actually picked mine up for $45 off of eBay.
$45.
Dang.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm checking eBay right now.
You've been taking notes from blues or what?
I bet 120
I think so.
All right, I got the next one's ready.
Yes, Christopher, who comes back with boxes full of books.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have that one.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? That's one I need. And of course, the batteries in my stupid wireless mouse just died.
All right. Coinzilla says some color.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah. Hello. Now there's some woodage.
I'm going to shut down about
5s and
50
6s
windows.
are good for that.
I'll tell you what, that was pretty strong woody there, wasn't it, Frank?
see.
Oh, the pretty colors.
You didn't see the one I just got, or did you?
I might have.
I posted on YouTuber.
Mhm.
So
Mm, I don't know.
oh, that 65 is hot.
My job is killing me. I can't get much online time during the week.
Mm-hmm. Plus, Facebook. Yeah, that doesn't look like fake either. That looks nice.
All right. Since we just have a couple more, I want to get Kid Did OK's in here, and then KM Burger asked me to take a look at something real quick too. So, I'll do that.
Right on.
All right. Shoot.
Crap.
I still got an old battery operated like Radio Shack desktop mic that I've had since I had like Windows 95, I think,
Yeah.
and it still works.
What's funny is I've had more issues with mics on my videos, and just when I'm ready to trash this stupid desktop mic, I get it to work on my videos, and it works fine. And then I get on here, and it's much better with the cam mic. I'm just getting rid of this thing.
That sounds good right now.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit better. Earlier, it was a little like
Little low, yeah.
or a little. Kid Did Okay. 1884 Morgan. What is behind the 8?
More metal. Oh, sorry.
I can't show this picture.
Could be a van.
Well, it's not a
Oh,
seven.
you already had it. You already had it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I can't show her picture without showing her email address.
Oh,
So I don't know how you did it.
I'd almost lean towards a die gouge
Mm-hmm.
on that one.
Most of your VAMs are cracks and
Yeah.
gouges. There's a lot of doubles in there too.
Maybe. No, clashing. There wouldn't really be anything in that area in the reverse. I've got an 82 that has that little tail chip. You see on the left in the middle of the first 8?
oh yeah, below the
Tail that
bottom
sticks
left.
out. Yeah, mine's a little bit bigger than that, but they seem to be pretty common. I haven't seen that one.
All right. Not sure. Anybody looking it up? Anything interesting?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm shopping on eBay.
I'm trying to zoom in and it just losing focus. There, I've got it.
The Overton book.
I got it.
Van World is huge.
Somehow I got it.
Coming back at you.
We're on the screen. We're on the screen, but I'm so darn close in. We got something kind of sticking out at the top, it looks like. Hard to make out. And bright spots here. This could just be a small abrasion on the die. That's it. That's all the zoom and out zoom I can do.
And it's too lopsided for a 7 if that's what they might have been wondering.
Well,
Besides, there was no 1874 or Morgan.
yeah. Well, did they use an 1879? And there's no indication of the 4 being the bliss. And would they do it 5 years later?
I just want to tell anybody who might be looking for that book right now. There is an a 1970 edition that is signed by Al Overton right now on eBay for 135 or best offer. So act fast.
Buy now, supplies are limited.
Man, I just spent all my money on junk.
No,
I'm not able to do anything with those images.
this is good. Yeah.
All right, let me plop up the other one.
I know I'm going to come away from that Atlanta show with more books than coins, probably.
It's from Seamus, a show and tell. I get so desperate coin roll hunting sometimes that I am even saving some of the ugliest of the uglies. You're not going to show us ugly coins, are you?
Because that's like, never mind.
I'll bring it up.
Oh, go ahead, Frank. Spit it out.
My name's just plain ugly.
Wow.
It's like the
This is like the worst set you could possibly
oh
do.
good lord.
And they're not even in order.
The book is worth more than the quarters.
Hey,
Oh my OCD.
hey, somebody filled the book.
I guess they did. Now throw it out.
Now go play video games.
Oh, you're killing me here. I'm starting to twitch.
You don't have those anymore?
That looks like my ugly buffalo nickel collection I've got.
Look, these are the two
It's a
nice
tinkle.
ones. I don't know. Actually, just because they're all
Oh yeah, and there's like a state quarter. Oh, I can't watch. Must organize.
Harvard's kicking up.
all those days.
You got chest pains looking at this.
Brain.
Right now, everybody's organizing them by date in their mind.
Yeah.
It's the ADHD of coin albums.
Oh my gorge.
Seamus says, I show this to visitors, and then
You retarded. Is that it? You retarded? These are my quarters.
Paul's
Do they slap you when they show you
I
this?
am not a smart collector.
thinking positively. So
There's a lot
Hey,
of room.
Paul, you're right. There's only one way from here, man. Up.
Glass half full.
I got quarters.
You can
Yay!
improve this set by substituting punch outs from electrical boxes. You can put in fender washers and it will look better than this.
okay, and our last one is a repeat. The KM Burger asked us to look at the reverse letters of her quarter again. This is the one with the interesting "In God We Trust" that we couldn't quite figure out if it's dye deterioration. But did you have a specific question about the reverse, the KM Burger?
There's a mark to the right of the head. Looks like a feather sticking out or something. It's not a good spot for a clash.
No, there's pretty much nothing there. Could just be a decent strikeout.
Could be a little ding, could be a little die crack, could be just a stray mark from a hairbrush.
I don't see anything on this coin that would indicate doubling or anything like that. I just think we see a lot of dings, dents, and die deterioration.
Paul.
Yeah, but I don't see anything
that's-
here that would help me investigate it further.
That die was about to become a blank.
Yeah.
That sucker was worn. Oh my. I can't do it.
All right. Well, that's a wrap, folks.
That's a wrap.
I missed most of it. Bloody laptop.
Yep. I'm about spent.
Yeah. Boo. Says
It is
Chris.
11 o'clock on the East Coast.
Wait, all of a sudden we get 7 more, huh? No, we just
Just like that.
no. All right. Well, next week we'll have to take care of more of those. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. That was fun. Another
Always fun.
great coin Q&A.
There we go.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I hope I can come back on. I'll promise to use a better mic this time.
And
Next time.
I was actually just going to ask you, Jeff, what do you think? You gonna make this happen more often or what?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
yeah, it's nice having you. Thanks for coming.
No, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Hey, for all you folks out there in YouTube land, make sure you get over and subscribe to Jeff Stanley's channel. That's him right there. He's what I would call a rising star. He's offering good information that you can depend on, and you can learn from him. Jeff, can you post your channel link over there in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you able?
It's also in the description, but yeah, let's
Okay.
post it. I don't know if he's going to be able to post it, but
Yeah.
Hey guys, don't forget, I've only had one question sent to me. I'm still working on the PCGS representative, and if you guys can think of any questions that you would like to ask him, I'm going to try to get him on the show. He seems interested in it. He was at the Fun Show last week, so he couldn't make it to our show, but think of some questions. Send those into the email, or send them to me on Facebook, or heck, my email address is rhodesc1@yahoo.com. Send them there too.
all right. All right. I just posted Jeff's Stanley coin.
Thank you, Shay. Appreciate it.
You guys check him out.
Loved you on Night Court, says Seamus.
Hey, we had twice as many likes as dislikes tonight, but boy, were they active. Apparently, we're really controversial.
Yeah.
I thought it was just me.
No.
That's no problem.
No
Trey.
such thing as bad publicity.
Dislikes count as an interaction. It actually gets you more views because you get more exposure.
Yeah.
Thanks. Keep it up.
That's fine. Their mother sent them to bed early, so it was all right. They were done early.
Yeah.
So you guys get your questions in to Chris, and let's see. I've got a auction coming up on Saturday. I decided to do it on Saturday, I believe 3 p.m. Central. I've got this time not just silver, but I do have some rare coins and varieties. So I don't know if you've heard, but there might be some at spot silver American Eagles.
Oh, I got my coins today, Shay. Thank you very much. They're beautiful.
Oh,
Really
good.
good feeling last Sunday.
Yeah. And then we got the big show on Sunday,
I got a picture for that.
8 p.m. Eastern, the biggest giveaway on YouTube.
Wonder which one it is. There it is. Yep. Trying to get hoping the mail will come in and you get a big funnel web spider put in there.
Oh, yeah. You should get that. We sent it right away. So,
That's a pretty cool one.
Awesome. It's one of my favorites.
and how about you, Coin Dragon? Don't you have an auction? You said you were going to have an auction?
Well, technical difficulties abated, hopefully. Yeah, I was actually going to do one last night, but I forgot there was other stuff going on. But yeah, I want to see this weekend sometime too.
All right.
Hey Frank, you getting any snow this weekend?
We are supposed to. It's going to be snow and then rain and snow again. It's weird.
Oh,
Gotta love the Great Lakes.
It'll be 84 here tomorrow.
Of course,
you
Trey.
know what, Ken? I'm not jealous of that.
Trey, we all know you love
I'm
DK.
not jealous.
You know what I love? Decamp Franklins. That's what I love.
G-Dub.
Hey, Trey finds some beautiful stuff, man. He is absolutely underrated. He comes up with some beautiful stuff. He and I are in the same coin club.
He is the youngest professional numismatist that I know.
Okay, here's a trick. You ready? Let's get the camera ready. All right, here's a Canadian proof, right? If you want to make your coins, wait, give me a minute. Bear with me. Let's see, there's home. Okay, you want to make your coins deep cameo, right? You ready? Deep cameo, just like that. It is that easy. You got to do it just before you show it off.
Deep cameo or deep camel breath?
Thank God that's in a capsule.
There, look. Now
I
it's
call that
cameo.
deep henio.
That's eBay cameo.
Cheese puff breath. eBay cameo. Etsy shine.
That's an Etsy prep.
Stop steaming up my tail.
That's so funny. Oh,
Okay, guys.
Okay, it's 11:11 here. I'm making a wish.
There. That worked great.
Ooh, the howler.
all right.
We'll
Well,
get back to me soon enough.
it was fun, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I appreciate it. And we will see you this week on the YouTube. Y'all take
For the
care.
questions and comments.
See you, everybody. Peace.
Steve Pinata.
Stay groovy.
Later.